Baby, what lace? What lace wear? Today, we're going to be doing a no baby hair look. Something I don't do often on this channel, but I definitely want to bring more of because you cannot see no lace nowhere. So we're going to be playing in this loose, wavy lace wig from Dolago hair. It has deep parting. It is super gorgeous. This is the packaging it came in. It came with your elastic band, and it also came with your wig caps. Now these are private label. This is actually their brand, Dolago. How cool. So first of all, this is the texture of the hair. It's pre-plucked. It's a gorgeous lace wig. You know, your standard 3 combs in the front, 1 in the back. I'm actually going to take the comb in the center out. It is pretty much, if you were to part your hair down the center, it would be like right there in the center. And we don't want anything to interfere with a flawless flat look. So this is what we're working with. You can see it's deep parted. I believe it's 6 inches. It may be more, but all the specs are in the description down below. Now, you guys can see how thick I have my mixture. I'm going to use this to bleach the knots, and it is BW Bleach and a 30 volume developer. And I just go ahead and take a hairbrush and I just paint it on. You don't want to press it in, but you also want it to be very, very thick so that it does not seep through. I went ahead and left that on for about 20 minutes. I rinsed out, washed with purple shampoo, and I used a deep conditioner, probably my silicone mix. Now you can see here that there is no shedding in this hair. Of course you get natural shedding, but it's very minimal. The wig is pre-plucked, and as you guys can see, it is gorgeous. Everything about this one looks amazing. But after you bleach your knots, a great next step is to tint your lace. I'm going to take this honey brown color from Adore. This is a semi-permanent hair dye. Now, there are no measurements for this. I just combined it with hot water. Your water doesn't have to be boiling hot. Mine actually is. And I'm using a straw to mix it just because I don't want to use my actual kitchen utensils. Use a paper towel to measure the intensity of the color. You guys can see if you look back, the first time I dipped it, it was a little bit lighter than the second time. So the longer you leave your lace in the mixture, the darker it'll get, if that makes any sense. And obviously how much of the dye you use also makes a difference. I would say I use maybe 3 or 4 squirts. That's not an actual estimate, but you know, kind of just gauge it. You don't need to use half a bottle. So I went ahead and just dipped it. I really want to submerge so that the lace, all of the lace, gets all of this dye on it. And I'm just kind of using that straw to kind of push it in and make sure that every single bit gets the dye on it. And the purpose of this is basically after you bleach the knots, you get a scalp-like appearance. But once you tint the lace, that scalp-like appearance will turn into like a skin-colored scalp-like appearance. And basically, it's going to make it look like it's growing out of your scalp. So I only submerged it for a few seconds and I pulled it out, and I was pleased with the color that I got. Now this is definitely going to blend with my skin. Amazing. I went back in, and you guys can see I chose honey brown, and when you compare it to my skin, it is definitely on point. So I'm going to towel dry and just compare and make sure it's what I like. And you guys can see that color mixture was much darker before. So all of that color kind of pooled from the water, and it kind of just pooled onto the lace, which is to be expected. But now that you see the lace on or next to my skin, it is definitely an amazing medium to dark brown complexion, so that when I put it on, it is perfectly gonna blend with my skin. Now an alternative is the Rit fabric dye. I do have an old tutorial on me using that. I kind of felt like when I would use that one, it would not make a huge difference. I don't know if I was just a little less experienced back then, because it's been probably a year or 2 since I've used that, but I do definitely personally feel like I get a better result with this Adore dye. I definitely will revisit the Rit in the near future just to see if I feel a difference, but personally I do feel like the Adore is much better. Now if you are not my complexion and you get this color, it may not look like this on you, so use discretion and kind of get a color that goes mostly with your skin. And that's the most important part, is that whatever you use goes with your skin. Now as I'm rambling, you can see that I've also been tweezing the hairline. As you guys can see, it came pre-plucked and it was amazing, but because we are going to do a no baby hair look, we definitely want to depend on the very front of this to not look boxy or too thick. We want it to be nice and gradient. So I'm just taking my tweezers and I'm just going from one side to the other side, focusing on each section at a time and just thinning it out. I don't want any bald spots. I don't want it to be bald in general. general. I just wanted to in general just be more thin than what it came. And again, this is because I am doing a no baby hair look, so it's great to just go back around and check and make sure you like your work. And once you're satisfied, kind of part it and see if you want to go back behind the hairline and kind of make it a little bit more gradient. In this case, I did not go too gradient just because, you know, for the sake of time and being lazy, to be honest. But I in the end was very pleased with what I had, so I didn't really feel like it was necessary. But of course, if you want to amp it up and take it to the next level, that's definitely an option. Here I'm doing the pull method. I just kind of wanted to break it up in the front so that it's, again, not too boxy. And at this point, I personally feel like I'm ready to cut off the lace. I like to pluck and tweeze the hairline before I glue it down and before I remove the excess lace, just because I feel like I can have a better control over the lace frontal as I pull. I can have something to hold on to, and I can see my work a little bit better. It just all in all works better for me. And this is what we have. I took a little bit of Got To Be Glued. I did not add an elastic band to this wig. Had I added the elastic band, it would have gave me a more glueless appearance, and it would have laid flat without even adding that glue. And I'm just going around from side to side and making sure that everything lays flat, making sure that the lace around the ears is flat and all of that. And now here I am taking my edge control, and I'm kind of just using it like you would use a gel to slick down your hairline or your edges. And as you guys can see, I am a creature of habit. I started to make swoops for baby hair, and I'm like, no, we're not doing baby hair. I'm like, maybe just a little bit on the side. I'm like, no baby hair. So you're gonna see throughout this, I think right here, also right here, I started to make baby hair again, and I'm like, no baby hair. So now that I kind of have the front slicked down, I can go ahead and style the remainder of the hair. I'm using my wet. I get this from Sally's, and I just like to use this as a way to define my curls. I really love this stuff. Normally I would use like a cream based you know, leave-in or styling product, and this is not that. It's more watery, and it smells really good, and I absolutely love the way it activates my curls. And when my hair dries, it gives that wet appearance. Now again, this one does have a very deep parting. I decided to leave it as a deep parting just to show it off, but normally I would do a curve parting, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys what you get for your money. You get a lot of parting space, and it looks amazing. Don't forget to thin out your sideburns, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I am waiting for the hair to dry back up. I do prefer my hair to be dry opposed to wet. I actually hate wet hair, but I love it when it dries. It looks so amazing. So today's video was all about bleaching the knots and tinting the lace for a more flawless look. Now you can definitely get a flawless look in many different ways, but I feel like when I really don't want to use powder and I don't want to do all this finessing and manipulation, I know from the jump off the bat, bleach your knots and you're going to get the flawless scalp-like look. Tint the lace and you're going to take it a step further and have the scalp actually look like it's yours. And you guys can kind of see a little bit of something there. I'm just going to take a little bit of alcohol. Now this is best with like super damp like tissue, but I kind of want to get rid of that, and you kind of just pat it out. So I will take it a step further today, and I kind of went the no baby hair look. Now you guys know me, I'm a baby hair queen. I absolutely love baby hair. I'm actually a little bit more self-conscious when I don't do baby hair, which is why you never really see it on this channel. I feel most confident with no baby hair if I am doing like a center part where you really don't see the hairline too much. But as far as the look goes, there is no powder in the parting. You do get deep parting space with this. I believe this is about 6. All of the details on this wig are listed in the description bar, so make sure you check that out, as well as a link to shop. Now let me know what you guys think of my no baby hair look. If you're gonna do this no baby hair look, the lace has to be the exact color as your skin, or it's gonna give it away super bad. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this one. Again, if you don't want it as full in the front, definitely go in and thin it out going backwards. You can definitely also like go behind the hairline by parting out the section that you would use as baby hair, and then going and tweezing that out too, so that it's not thinner just in the front, but it's thinner and a little bit more gradient going back. I'm getting super tongue-tied, which means it's time for me to go to bed. But yeah, don't forget to check out Dolago. I have everything listed in the description bar for you guys to check out. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.